Okay, great. So we're recording. So this is, I should have started recording. This is a Facebook ad tutorial. I'm going to do two different types of ads. I'm going to do an ad that you will run right after you start your like page. Those ads are called split test ads. And I will also do an ad off of a post that I have already posted on my Facebook page. Okay. So if you do not have a like page, that's totally okay. We're not going to get into it today on how to do a like page. There's a bazillion YouTube videos out there that can tell you how to start a like page. And the best idea would be to kind of look through some other like pages out there to get specifics. So I'll take you to mine for a second just to show you what I'm talking about. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Y'all can see, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So there are specifics on how you set up your like page. So for instance, I have, if you look right here underneath sign up, some people don't have sign up. Some people have like contact me. So there's different options that you can do. And as you set it up, you can kind of get it going. And what I did is I actually had, when I set my page up, I set it up and then I had another laptop next to me where I was sort of browsing through other people's pages, not only Beachbody coaches, just to get ideas on what I felt like was going to work best for me. For the longest time I had coach listed. I changed it to public figure. Only because I did not want to be pigeonholed into just a coach as somebody who's kind of like branching out and doing some other things. So you can also play along with the buttons here, book my appointment. You can link that to a website that I actually use for booking appointments with coaches. You can, my sign up, if you click on this and we test this button, my sign up, when my viewers come, it takes them directly to my Wufoo form, which enables me to capture email addresses. So bottom line is there's lots of really cool stuff that you can do with buttons. And again, YouTube it, ask your upline, ask other coaches on our team, look and see what other people have done. But just for those who are watching the recording, and Suzanne Soares asked me this at Platinum Edge, I have always deterred brand new coaches from starting a like page right off the bat. And so let me explain, because Suzanne was like, I feel like you're kind of changing your tune. Now you're telling me I need to get a like page. Suzanne already had a like page. Some coaches already have like page from former lives. I already had a like page because I used to be a blogger. So if you already have a like page, then half the work's already done for you, and there's no reason why you should not start running ads. However, if you are a brand new coach and you only have 300 friends and you have quite a ways to go on your own personal page in terms of the growth that you can get by adding friends to your personal page, then that's an area that I feel like you're going to have a quicker impact with, because like pages are a beast to get them started. You have to pay to play for a like page. So that's just to explain a little bit. If you're confused on whether or not it's time for you to get a like page, there's two angles of it. One is, I don't think Facebook ads are going to be around for more than a year and a half more, just because Facebook continues to constantly change. So you kind of want to get in on that, but at the same time, you have to figure out a good balance, because if you only have 300, 400, 500, 800 friends on your personal page, you have a ton of growth to go. If you look through your friend list on your personal page and you have not invited every single person that you think would be good for your team on your personal page, you really should spend time on your personal page first. Hold on one second. Elsa! Hi, honey. Can you put a Dora on for May? You want Dora? Elsa, put Dora on for you. Hey, Suzanne. So I was just explaining, Suzanne, the great question that you asked me at Platinum Edge on like, hey, should I focus on my personal? Should I get a like page? You're kind of going back and forth. And I just spent some time talking about that. So if Tanya hops onto this, it's all recorded in terms of me explaining like where and how to spend your time. It's a total personal preference. Just know that your personal page, I'm going to get into the split testing in a second. And I have run over 60 ads and I still have not found my winning ad yet. And this has been going on since May, and I've spent over $1,000 of my own money, and I still haven't found the winning ad. That doesn't mean to say that I'm not starting to get really good traction on my like page, but put the bar that it's going to be 6 months of time, and you have to make an investment. You're basically taking anything that you're making right now and you're reinvesting it back into your business. But honestly, I'm not worried about Success Club because of the people that are starting to come into my like page. So let me start to explain. Okay. And Suzanne, some of this might be a little bit of a review for you based on what we did. So if you feel like it's too much of a review and you got it, feel free to hang up. Okay. So here's where you're going to want to take notes. All right. When you set up a Facebook ad, you're going to be working out of what we call the Power Editor. Okay. So if you go to your home page, and there's beautiful Kira Smart with her new haircut, look at her. If you go to your home page, you will find your ads manager. I made mine a favorite. Yours might be down on the left-hand side a little bit further, but everybody has an ads manager. Okay. If you have a like page, okay, you have to have a like page in order to have an ads manager. So when you click on Ads Manager, this is going to take you to the place that's going to show you where all of your ads are, okay? This is also the place where you're going to be able to track your return on investment, and you're going to be able to see how well your ads are doing, whether or not you're going to keep an ad or whether or not you're going to kill an ad. So what you're doing when we're going to be starting an ad is we're going to be creating a campaign, and I'm going to walk you through the 2 campaigns we're going to do. But if you look here, it's showing me the reach on each of my ads. And if it's blue on the left-hand side here, that means that my ad is running. As you can see, these are all the ads that I have killed, okay? These are all the campaigns I have killed, I should say. That's a better term. If you look at the like test, so that's the first thing I'm going to teach you guys, is running a campaign on getting people to actually like your page, all right? And you can see here, you guys, these are all of the ads. I only have 2 running right now, and they're both doing pretty poorly. How do I know that? If you look in the cost section here, one of these is running at 39 cents per like, and one of these is running at 52 cents per like. Those are not good. We're looking for 10 cents. 10 cents would be ideal, 15 cents okay. So I'm going to actually kill this 52 cent one. And how you kill it is you just basically click it and you make it blue. Or you make it gray. So I'm not spending any more money on that ad. Okay. I'm keeping the 39-cent ad because that is my cheapest ad that I've ever had on all 60 split tests that I've had. So I'm keeping that one just because I need to keep bringing in new people. But every single week I'm putting between 5 and 10 new ads up. And as soon as my reach hits 200, you have to wait until your reach, it goes to 200 people to see how you're doing on your ad. So let me give you a really good example here. Can y'all see this one? Image number 30. The 30th ad I ran at 270 people, it was at 76 cents. I was like, oof, had to kill that immediately. A couple of them I killed before 200 because they obviously, I could tell, like look at this one, 98 people it had reached, and I was paying $3 per like. So that one clearly I was not going to keep running that ad. So let me teach you guys what it means to run split tests, okay? And again, I'm not going to get into Canva at all. If you want to learn how to use Canva, go YouTube it. But I'm going to show you how quickly I can make an ad using Canva. What you need to write down is when you use Canva for your split tests, and again, split tests are for your like page campaign. That's going to be for the campaign on how to get the most likes. You need to create your ad by customizing the dimensions. All right, and the dimensions for this ad need to be 1200 by 444. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm in Canva, and I'm going to do, let me move you guys, create custom dimensions. And I'm going to do 1200 by 444, design, okay? I don't know why, it's just the training that I've taken. That's what they have said works. Okay, so watch how quickly I'm gonna make this ad. I gotta move you guys. There we go. Okay, watch how quickly I'm gonna do this. Oh, you guys are in the way again. Where can I put the pic? There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna do a background here, okay? And then I'm gonna go here, and you're gonna make these ads super, super simple. They should not take you more than 30 seconds to run, okay? Watch this. Okay, I'm gonna add some text. Watch this. Okay, there's my text. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna stick it in this box. Okay, let's change the color. Boom, okay. And you can play around. Some of my ads, I actually am just changing teeny, teeny, tiny things about my ad. So let's see. Let's really cheese it out and use this one, okay? Because you never know what people are gonna like, all right? Boom, my ad is done. Okay, I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna download it as a JPEG. Boom, all right? So that can be one of my ads that you saw that took me probably about 45 seconds to do. Obviously, you're gonna have to take your cell phone and you're gonna have to take a couple selfies of yourself, and then you can make different variations, right? So that's gonna be my first ad, and then I can do really simple things, like I can click on this, like my page, and I'm gonna change this to green, and I'm gonna change the background color to, I don't know, let's change it up a little bit. Let's do, let's try that, okay? Download, JPEG, boom. Okay, so those are 2 ads that I can run with you guys on the phone or on the Zoom call right now, okay? Any questions before I go to post it? Okay, all right, so I've got my ads. What I found that worked best for me was I made 10 ads just like this, 1200 times 444 in terms of dimensions. I made 10 of those, and I made 5 videos, okay? And when I say videos, I just did myself working out, and then I put in music that is okay to use. Like basically it's the non-royalty music. If you have questions on how to use non-royalty music, that is in the Poach page. I've already done a video on that. So go into the search bar and find it, because if you use music that is not royalty free on your like page and you get caught, your like page will go goodbye. Facebook is super serious about that. So you have to use music that's royalty free. It's a little intimidating when you first learn it, but once you download some royalty-free music off of Puffin, then you're able to figure it out. And just to set the expectation, you guys, for me to understand royalty music, how to do these ads, it took me like 2 full days of spending like 8 hours on each day to get it. So once you get it, you're good. So use royalty-free music for video. Videos are supposed to work better in your like page when you're running split tests, but I'll tell you, for some reason, videos have not done well for me. So maybe I just haven't hit the mark on my videos quite yet. So I'll show you video 2 in just a second. All right, so now I've showed you the ad manager. Again, the ad manager is not where you create an ad. The ad manager is where you see how well your ad is doing. So if you go up to the top left-hand corner here, you go to the Power Editor. You click on the Power Editor, and that is where you're going to start your campaign, okay? So you are going to click up here, Create Campaign, where there's a plus. This is what you do. You're only creating a campaign one time. You're never going to create it again, because every ad that you are going to run for a split test on a like page is going to be underneath the same campaign. Okay, so when you create your campaign, you're going to go in here, and the goal of the campaign is promote your page right here. You're going to click that. Okay, page likes, that's what you want. So you're going to name your campaign. I obviously named mine Faithfully Fit Like Split Tests. Okay, that's what I named mine. You can name yours whatever you want. All right. And then you're going to go into your campaign, and now, do you see up here? Now we're in an ad set. The ad set is actually going to be something that you are going to continue to duplicate. This is how you're defining your audience, how much money you want to spend when you're scheduling your posts. So the ad set is super, super, super important. Okay. If you mess this up, just start all the way over again. All right. The campaign was really easy. It's one click. What do you want to do with your post? All right. So what you're looking for on here, make sure that it links to your correct Facebook page. Right? And I only have one Facebook page. You cannot run ads on a personal page. So only your like page will show up here. All right? Custom audiences, we're not getting into that now. All we're doing is trying to find like-minded people who like something about Beachbody to come like your page. And as you get good at that, then we're going to hone it into your customer avatar. But we're not even going to get there today. We're just doing basic. And you'll see you're going to get all walks of life, because you're not going to be honing it in quite yet. I will do a secondary like page training in a couple weeks after you guys all can run 20, 40, 60 split tests on just trying to find a winning ad. You don't go to the next level until you find a winning ad, and a winning ad is 10 to 15 cents per ad. Okay? So you're gonna leave custom audience alone because we're going broad. You're going to leave location at United States. Do not do United States and Canada, just United States, okay? Age, again, I don't know the whys behind this. This is just what the training says to do. 25 to 44 years old is going to be your sweet spot, and you're only targeting women. That's it for this broad reach, okay? Now, as you can see, mine is already throwing things in for me because it's like Facebook is getting to know me. I don't know why it would pick yoga, but it is. So this is where you're going to add things that you like that are about Beachbody. You're going to type in things like Ultimate Reset, and let's see what pops up. Beachbody Ultimate Reset. We're just going to pick two things. Maybe you're going to plug in Insanity, because that was the first workout that you did before you even knew about the Beachbody program. So maybe you're going to do Insanity the Asylum. Maybe you're going to do Beachbody Live. Maybe you're going to do Beachbody On Demand. Maybe you're going to do Chalene Johnson. Whoops, let's spell her name right. Okay, so bottom line is, I spelled her name wrong. Bottom line is, boom, you're going to pick two things. So for this instance, I'm going to do Chalene Johnson, and I'm going to do Turbo Fire, since that's the workout I'm doing right now. Boom. Okay. Pick two things. You can pick Sagi and Body Beast. You can pick Sagi and Autumn Calabrese. You can pick Hammer and Shizzle and Tony Horton. Whatever you pick, you want to look over here to the right, okay? And you do not want your reach to be, you see this number right here, it says 680,000. You do not want that number to be over 1 million. The number needs to stay underneath 1 million. It can be 100,000. It could be 200,000. It cannot be over 1 million. So you'll see sometimes if you pick things that are way too broad, like Chalene has a lot of followers, and you can kind of see like let me X her out. Oh, here, Chalene, 1.1 million people are connected to Chalene. So again, I'm targeting people that might know of Beachbody. They might listen to her podcast. They may have done Turbo Fire. I like picking things that are sort of old, because a lot of people did a lot of Beachbody stuff years ago and haven't revisited it. Another great one would be like P90. Wasn't that the first one that came out? Like P90X, 1.7 million people. So you could do P90X, and you could do Beachbody On Demand, right? I wouldn't do like coaching. I wouldn't do like Beachbody coaching, because I don't want coaches, right? Beachbody On Demand's not there.
Like,
so I see this. Go ahead.
That.
Yeah.
So that's my question. Why would you put Beachbody stuff? Don't you want people who are not into Beachbody right now? Like, wouldn't you want, like, you know what I mean? Like, what made you pick Beachbody stuff to do versus other?
First of all, this is what the training said to do, right? So I'm basically regurgitating what I learned in training, but you will not believe how many people are attached to Beachbody and do not have coaches.
True. Yeah.
So since May that I've been doing this, what happens is every person that now likes my page, they get an email from me through Facebook Messenger that I'll show you that connects to a WooFoo form. And as all these people are filling out WooFoo forms, one of the questions is, are you working with a coach? I have not had one person say yes. No one is working with a coach, but they have some exposure to Beachbody, which is awesome, right? Because then they've already had some sort of results. So I'm assuming that's the reason why, through all the research that this training has done, has just found that a majority of the people don't have a coach.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So like for here, okay, let's just say P90X and Tony Horton collection. I don't even know what that means, but it's good. It's 820,000. So you get the point. Don't pick things though that you don't like. Like if you hate P90X, don't put that in there. At least pick things that you love. You know, Pio and Hammer and Chisel. What else? Okay. So now you're going to go down to placements, and you're going to, you do not want to use automatic placements. We're going to go to edit placements, and you are going to collect mobile only. I'm only going to assume that because 80% of Facebook users are doing it on their mobile phone, that's why we're picking it. Again, like in the training, they don't get into a lot of the whys. They're just like, trust us, this is what you do. So you're going to pick mobile only, and then for your daily budget, we're only going to spend $3 a day. Okay, so this is where my $1,000 has come, you guys. So you can imagine like how many ads I've been running. And of course, when you're spending your own money, I'm tracking it like you wouldn't believe to make sure that I'm not letting a crappy ad continue to run. So $3 a day, and then for schedule, you're going to select run my ad continuously starting today. Because that way, if you get a good ad, you just let that baby run. And I'll show you, I have a couple really good ads that are running right now that are not in this particular campaign. This campaign is hard, but once you start to get, so I think I've gone from 400 likes to, it's on my bat. I write it down on my bat every week so I can see, where's my bat? 3717. So almost a little over 3,700. So since May, I've gone from 400 to 3,700. And because now I have more traction, I'm now starting to get more eyeballs organically on posts. And when you get more eyeballs organically on posts, you start to get some more engagement with people. So you always want to have it running even if they're not the ideal person. So you're going to click run my ad continuously. Then you are going to name your ad set, okay? So this can be split test, you know, faithfully fit split test, okay? Because you're going to be duplicating this ad set over and over again. All you do is create new ads each time, but you're going to use the same ad set by duplicating it, okay? So then we are going to click continue, and now it's time to make your ad. Okay, so I'm just going to X out of this for a second. You guys would not. You would go right into it. But since I already have a campaign, I'm just going to go into my correct campaign so that I'm not starting a new campaign and confusing myself. So I'm going to actually X out of this completely. There. All right, so let me go back in. Okay.
Ask a really basic question.
There's no such thing, but go ahead.
Okay, so are you trying to get, through doing this, more likes on your page or more likes on your ad? Because you're trying to find the winning ad. So are you promoting like you said, like my page? So that are they liking your page or are they liking your ad?
They're liking your page. Like once your ad goes live, you're never going to see it. Your ad is not a post. Your ad is one of those things on the sidebar, and then they can click on it and it'll say like my page, and it'll give them an option to, from their phone, just like your page. So there's no like this is not a post. Don't think of it as a post. You're just running a plain ad. You know, like if you're like looking at Stella and Dot jewelry because your friend sends you a link, and all of a sudden it's like, if 5 minutes later, Stella and Dot is on your right-hand side of Facebook in the ad section because it knows what you've been doing. That's what it's like. It's going to be an ad like that for people.
Okay, now I get the difference.
Okay, so it's not, I will show you how to run an ad off of a post, but that would be a different campaign. That would be to get more engagement in a post. This campaign is to get more likes on your page.
That's what I've done. I've run ads for my posts, not my page.
Right, right. But it's different than boosting. Boosting posts is not running ads.
Yeah, like I pulled up my campaign or my ad manager, and it shows the ads that I've run for, not boost, but actually ads that I've run for specific posts, not on my page. I didn't even know I did that. I
Well,
thought I was.
that's the thing. So boosts are going to show up in your ad manager.
Mm-hmm.
But boosting a post is not going through Power Editor and running a true ad. Like I will pay for ads to be run on current posts, and Facebook will ask me separately if I want to boost it.
Yes, I've noticed that. So like it shows up on people's news feeds, sponsored ad,
Right.
and it's for my post. Anyway, it's weird because I can see it says like $2.99 per click, or
Yes.
12
cents. The boost will show up there, but just for clarification for anyone watching this, when you boost a post, that is different than running an ad for it.
Yeah.
But they all show up in Ads Manager, which makes it confusing. And a lot of times people call boosting posts an ad, and I'm like, that's not running an ad.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get into my campaign here, and I'll get right to the ad, which we were about to run. So hold on a second. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Okay, existing ad set. Okay. $3, da 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 da. 25 to 44. Okay. All right, so this is where we left off. So I just had to go in a different way that you guys don't need to worry about. Okay, so now you're going to click, when you're running your first split test, you're going to click single image because that's what you've made in Canva. All right, and we are going to upload the image. So I'm going to upload the first one that I made to show you guys just a second ago. And it should be, Canva's been giving me a hard time. It's saving it in a weird place. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, so we're gonna do it differently. Okay, it's making me save it. Hang on a second. I look stoned in this picture. Can't believe I'm gonna run an ad, but you never know. Okay, Beachbody. All right, so I just moved it. So I'm gonna run my ad, so I'm gonna upload it. There it is. Okay, so there it is. Like my page. Now, I copied this off of another ad set. So the first time that you're going to run an ad, you're going to use some sort of a text that you want to go with your ad. See, it's going to show you what it's going to look like, guys, right here. Sponsored. Like my page for daily inspiration, fitness tips, recipes, motivation, and faith-based family fun. Okay? Oh, and since last week, I've gotten another 150 likes. So that's why you always want to run continuous ads. So you're going to write whatever your text is going to be, okay? And I'm going to click place order. Okay, done. All right, so for you guys, since it would be your first one, you're going to get this box that posts up that will say campaign check, ad set check, ad check, or it'll say like the number 1. It'll say like when you go to save it, it'll say that you are creating a campaign, you're creating one ad set, you're creating one ad. So you want it to say 1 in every single one of those. If for some reason it does not say 1 in all of those columns, abort the whole mission and start over. Okay, because it will, like if it for some reason says that you created 2 ad sets, it'll be funky. So you don't want to do that. Okay, now you've got your first one running. All right, so where you're going to find that is you're going to go and double check it before you go to duplicate. So I'm going to show you how to do your second ad. All you're doing, you're not creating a new campaign. You're not creating a new ad set. You're just going to duplicate the ad set, which I'm going to show you how to do. But before you do any of that, you just want to make sure it all looks good. Okay, so you go into Ad Manager because that's where you're going to be looking for your stuff, okay? And you're going to click on your campaign. It's just going to, this just lists your campaigns. It does not list your ads. So you click on the hyperlink there, and now this will show you all of your ad sets, okay? So mine are getting approved straight away, but sometimes it can take up to 3 days. So you'll see if it's pending approval or what have you. So I click on this and it will show me, this is my ad. This is my ad that I'm running. It's just showing that it's up here. And you're just gonna wanna make sure that it all looks good, approved and all looks good, okay? So when you go to make your second one, you're gonna go into Power Editor and you're gonna duplicate your ad set. So let me show you how to do that. So I've got obviously a lot going on here, right? So I'm going to click on, here it is, my split test image. This is my ad set for split tests, all right? So it shows that I have 2 ads that are going right now, right? So as you see, I have the one, oops, what just happened? Sorry guys, it took me out of Power Editor for some reason. So you're in Power Editor, we're gonna go duplicate our ad set. And if you guys notice that like everything is sort of running slow, just keep in mind like Facebook has millions and millions of ads that are trying to be approved at the same time. Sometimes if you look at this little sunshine wheel up here in the top right-hand corner, sometimes you have to click this and you have to reset your Power Editor and it just sort of gives it a refresh. Sometimes if it's running slow, that's what you want to do. Obviously, make sure your work is saved before you do that, but that's what you want to do. Okay, so let's try it this way. So here's my campaign. I clicked on my campaign for my like page. This is the ad set. So you always want to make sure you're working in the right place. This is my ad set for my like page. As you can see, I've got 2 ads that are being run right now. But this is the one, 0. Spent 0 money on it. That's the one I just started. The other one, I've spent about, well, it's about 31 cents per like. So I'm getting better. It's getting better. So I'm gonna duplicate this ad set, okay? So the way that I duplicate it, you're gonna click the box next to it, okay? So that this is the one, whoops, this is the one that you're editing. And be careful, because like you can click something like this and it automatically takes you to ads because it thinks that you're creating ads. So you have to be super careful you're staying in the right place. So I want to edit it. I'm going to go over here and click this pencil. Can y'all see it? I'm going to click this pencil right here. Edit ad set. Before I duplicate it, I just want to double check that I am duplicating the right thing. Okay, so I'm checking here. $3, yes. What is my audience? 25 to 44, all women, yes. This one has Autumn, Calabrese, and Shanti. I have several different ad sets with different things in here. I'm excluding anybody who likes my Facebook page on this particular one. Don't worry about doing that right now, especially if you have a brand new page. And I want to make sure that my placements are mobile only. And I also want to make sure that I am underneath 1 million. Okay, so good. So my ad set looks great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. So up here is a little plus, and I'm going to click duplicate. And this is super important. You're going to keep the same campaign, right? So you keep the same campaign, and you create a new ad set right here. So it's showing me this is my split test image copy. So I might just put number 2 for this one. Okay, so I've made it. Okay, so I know here, now I have 2 ad sets. The one that I originally had and the one I just copied is now number 2. I'm gonna go here to my ads, and it created a copy. See, that's my ad. It created a copy. So now I'm going to do page likes, and I'm going to do number 2, or you guys would do number 2 because this is your second one. This one for me, I think, is number 61. So I changed the name of my ad set so that it always matches my ad, if that makes any sense. So now I'm going to go here. I'm going to change the image of this ad. I'm going to change it to the first one that I made, which was this one. There it is. Okay, there's my next one. And I'm going to click up here, review changes. Done. So that's how you run ads, and you keep on doing that. You keep on doing that until you've got all 10 of yours up there, and you go to Ad Manager and you look underneath your campaign, and you should have 10 ads running underneath your campaign. So remember, you just duplicate the ad set, create a new ad. Duplicate the ad set, create a new ad, always using the same campaign. Okay, so if I click here under Faithfully Fit, I now see that I have I have 4 ads running, okay? So I'll be watching those to see, obviously, what happens in terms of these ads. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so now we're gonna go into how to run an ad on an existing post. All right, so I did a live video this morning for our anti-inflammatory group. So I'm gonna run an ad on that post. So here it is. You always want, as we learned at Platinum Edge, we always wanna run an ad for a while organically. And I think the more likes you have, the longer you're gonna run it. So for instance, this I posted 4 hours ago, and it's reached 184 people. So it will show me, if you click on that hyperlink, a little bit of detail about those people. It'll show me I had 1 live viewer, 37 minutes have been viewed. It just gives you 56 views, at least 24 people watched for at least 10 seconds. So my average view is 24 seconds. Not great considering it's a 5-minute video, but I'm gonna run an ad on the best one. I ran another one last night. So I did one last night, 17 hours ago, and then I did another one this morning, because in another video, you'll learn that you can watch the traction of your like page. So I have half of the people that like my page are on between the hours of 8 and 9 a.m. and the other half are on around 8:39. So I did a video on purpose. One last night, I basically said the same thing in 4 minutes, and one this morning. So I kind of want to look and see, like this one, I want to see which one I want to run an ad for, and I want to kind of play around with it. All right, so this one, people are not watching it as long, only 17 seconds. So I think I'm going to run an ad on the one that I did this morning. Okay, so how do I do that? I start with getting into my ad manager, because I have to create a new campaign. This is not doing like tests. This is actually posting and running a campaign on a current post. So I want video views on this one, okay? So I'm going to go to create campaign, and I'm going to click get video views. And I'm going to name it last call for autoimmune. I'm not doing another video. It's like I've done 3 of them, and so this was the last call. So that's the name of my campaign. So On this one, it's a little bit different. I'm going to use the same thing, 24 to 44 in terms of women ages, just because that's what the training says works the best. I'm going to leave languages blank. Now I'm going to do some detailed targeting. So I think I'm going to get pretty specific. Let's see, I can do anti-inflammatory diet. See if anything pops up. No. So maybe I'll try autoimmune. So there's autoimmune disease awareness for 3 million people, or there's autoimmunity, and I've not used autoimmunity yet. So I think I'm going to use autoimmunity this time. And then the second one, I think I'm just going to put, I'm just going to do arthritis, since that's what I suffer from. Very broad. I'm not putting psoriatic arthritis. I'm not putting, did I spell it right? Why isn't this popping up? Arthritis awareness I've done before. So maybe I'll do the arthritis foundation. Okay, so let's see what happens when I do this. So I'm okay. I have 370,000, which is between 100,000 and a million. So I'm good. I could even add maybe arthritis national research. Does that do anything to my? Nope, keeps it the same. So I'll just add that one and see what happens. Okay. So I've got those three things. I'm at 370,000. I'm good. I'm going to change the placements, right? Edit placement so I can do mobile phone only. Boom. Okay. I'm only going to spend $3 a day. And I'm going to start it and starting today, and I'm going to run it continuously. Even though I know I'm going to shut this ad off on Friday, I'm just going to let it run. Just going to let it run and see how well it does. Again, we're looking for video views, and then I'm going to name it last call anti-inflammatory. Okay. Now, this is where it gets super easy because I'm not having to upload pictures, right? So it's just going to be up here. Instead of creating new ad, I'm going to click use existing post. Here we go. Obviously, you want to check and make sure it's the right Facebook like page. And I'm going to click this one. Do you need help with inflammation? Now it's giving me a sign because it says that it's too big for Instagram, but I'm not running on Instagram, so it doesn't matter. It's going to ask me if I want to do captions. So Facebook will automatically do captions for you if you want, and I have done that before since I think, what did we learn? Like 60% of people who are watching without volume. And I did it, and Facebook made the captions, and they were jacking up all of my words. So I was having to go in and edit all the captions, which took like 20 minutes. So I'm just not doing captions at this point. So again, here's the post. It's just going to show, it's sponsored. Do you need help with inflammation? There I am. And I'm going to place the order. Boom. So this one is not approved. Okay, so it's not approved yet. It's in process. So you can see here, this is pending review. So if I go into Ad Manager and I just kind of reboot it here, so I can see all my ads, you can see that I posted, just give you an example. This is just for engagement. I just want people in this post seeing the post that I have selected. And it is a post of Caroline and Megan. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's this one. It's not showing me. Hold on. You can kind of see it, but it's a post. This is Caroline holding her pants above her, and this is Megan. So, here it is. Okay. So I just ran a post here, and I just kind of talked about the fact that Megan is her coach, and I think this image is so powerful. And I'm having people comment on that. And you can see here for this post, I'm paying 7 cents per engagement. So I'm below the 10 cents. I've spent $62 on that post. and I have gotten people to see the type of results that our team is getting. So you can really run ads on so many things. This is an ad that I ran. I'll show you one more. Okay, so this one is getting awesome engagement. This is the egg cup. So I'm paying 1 cent for every view. I've spent $28 on this ad. So if you click here, this is a video. I did a live video. I let it run for a while. And all I was doing was food prepping on a Sunday, and I was making these egg cups. And I asked people, if you want more recipes like this, leave your email address below. So instead of doing a Wufoo form, this time I'm just basically asking them for their email address, and I'm getting a ton of email addresses so I can take those people, add them to my newsletter, or email them directly. And through Streak, I can use the same snippet. Hey, thanks so much for sending me your email. I'm glad you liked the egg cups. Here's the recipe. I would love to talk with you a little bit about some of my 5-day free clean eating groups. And I'm just starting conversation with these people and sticking them in Streak so that they are in the pipeline that says future challenge group participants. And so I'm basically using this ad to pull in more people that are interested in recipes and food and eating well. So as you can see, I'm getting 1 cent. I'm paying a penny per video view. But I've probably gotten 25 email addresses from it. So that's 25 warm leads on people that I can start to build a relationship with. So it just goes to show that you can run campaigns on really anything. And what's cool is the more split testing you do to get your likes up, the more organic engagement that you get. I would have never run the egg cup, but I had like 10 likes, which is pretty good for a like page. I had 10 likes on it in like 24 hours, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run an ad and just see what happens. And boom, I've gotten 25 people from it that are potentials. So I hope that explains a little bit. It's a beast to kind of get into it, but you have to play around with it. You have to spend time on it. Carve out at least an hour or two each week to play around with your like page once you get it up, and it will pay off, but it'll take a long time. Make sense? Good?
Hey, Tracy, one of the things when I did mine for the first time, you know how up at the top you said it had ad manager? That ad manager won't be there until you've created your first ad. So really it's at the very bottom. It says create ad. And once you've done that, now I have ad manager in my like page.
On your homepage, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean, homepage.
Yeah. I thought mine was just at the top because I made it a favorite. Okay. So it's at the bottom until you run your first ad.
Yeah, it's called create ad at the bottom, so you do it your first time. So you probably just don't remember that when you did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Your first time.
So I created my like page, and I've sort of just been playing around with it, testing some things out, getting familiar with it. And what I'm hearing you say is even if you want to do an ad, don't use the button that Facebook says where it says boost this or promote this. You want to do everything through the ad manager. Is that correct?
Initially, yes. So there might be other people out there that had better luck with boosting, but I probably spent, as a brand new coach, I probably spent like $500 in my first 6 months boosting things, and I never got one return on investment on that at all.
I'm getting some likes on ads, but they're from, even though I have settings for the United States, the people that are liking it, when I look at their profiles, it's all in different languages. Yeah. And I just really don't trust where this post is really going.
Yeah. It's just, I don't think you can drill down as detailed as you can through the Power Editor when you're making your ads. And I feel like the guy who I paid for this training, all he does is train Beachbody coaches. Okay. So they've done so much research on like what to put in for your ad set that I just sort of trust that, and it's working.
Okay.
Which is finally why I took the training. I was so frustrated. I'm like, I know I need to get a like page. I know I need to run ads, but like I'm boosting posts and spending all this money and nothing is coming out of it. Or I might get a lot of likes, but then like once you get the like, there's no guarantee you're going to get that person to engage with you. So you're paying for likes. Like who cares? You want engagement.
Yeah.
So the more you can kind of hone in on like, that's why we're just starting with broad, like Beachbody topics. Once you find a winning ad that's running and you're getting 10 cents or less per like, let that baby run forever and ever and ever and ever. And then part 2 is going to be going in and running new like page campaigns with different ad sets that are way more specific than Shaun T and Autumn Calabrese.
Okay.
But you don't want to go that specific until you actually build a good base of like page, because I feel like when I had 400 people on my page, I would run like a post that maybe in my personal page got like 100 likes and I would get nothing. I would have like maybe 200 people would see it and not one person would like it. So it's just very hard to get your like page to show up in news feeds until you get affinity. And you can't build affinity until you start paying for people to engage. Mm-hmm. And then the more that they start engaging, then naturally your posts on your like page will show up in their news feed. But that won't happen until, you kind of put A plus B plus C in the pot,
Mm-hmm.
I still get super confused now on like how to get their email address now. You and I can talk about it tomorrow. I'm still like, I can't grasp to how I'm asking. So now like in that group, in the anti-inflammatory group, I now have probably 40 people. Half of them are from my personal page, so I already have their information. I know I can talk to them, but now I have the other half that are not. Am I messaging them at the end of the week, or I'm doing that this weekend as I'm like, okay, we're just getting ready. Would love to know a little bit more about you. Facebook can get everything get kind of lost in this group page. Would you mind giving me your email address and we can start to connect that way? Is that how you would do it? Is that kind of similar?
Yeah. Or I say to people like, hey, with 80 people in our group, if we use Facebook Messenger, all the messages bog down and I tend to lose track of making sure I'm getting back to each person. I would love to hear a little bit about why you want to be in this group. Would you mind if we take it outside and use email? Shoot your email address in this message and I will be sure to get back to you. And sometimes
people say no.
Or they just ignore it and they reply in Messenger anyway. And then, what you can do, Suzanne, is, Constant Contact is what I use for my newsletter.
Yeah.
And it's a great email tracking system.
Yeah.
So you could even say it, like you can make your end video any way you want. You could be like, hey, I run 21-day groups that incorporate everything you've learned plus fitness. If you would like to hear more about those groups, please comment below. I also have a newsletter, even if you don't have one. I also have a newsletter. If you'd like to be on my newsletter where I will talk about different tips that I can give you as a holistic nutrition counselor and a fitness coach, message me your email address. And you could just start to put every single person in Constant Contact, and a newsletter is so simple. I was so intimidated for so long.
Yeah.
Just do it's literally, you could just do one Facebook post and that can be your newsletter.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, tip for this month, as Thanksgiving approaches, and you could do something about like what turkey does to the body. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You use Constant Contact for your newsletter? It's your newsletter.
Yeah.
That's your newsletter format, Constant Contact.
But it also just houses all of my email.
Yeah.
So as you're collecting email, you put them into Streak. You can also add them into Constant Contact, and then Constant Contact, you can, with Streak you can't. With Constant Contact, you can literally like create an Excel document on everyone who's in. It's just lots of things you can do. But the goal is like if Facebook ever blows up, we want to have a backup.
Yeah.
So, and I've had plenty of groups that I've run and I have like, no one will give me their email address. So I just keep talking to them through Facebook.
Yeah.
So it might not be a bad idea, to like have a list of every single person that's in your freemium.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, and make some categories. Are they in Constant Contact? Are they in, are we messaging through Facebook? Do I have their are they in Streak? Just to make sure no one slips through the cracks.
Yeah.
And some of them you might decide after talking to them that you do not want to work with them as a challenger or as a potential coach, and you just don't engage. Right? I found a couple girls like that are definitely Beachbody coaches that are trying to act like they're not Beachbody coaches to get into the group, because I did not post, which I should have. This group is for non-coaches only, because once you run the ad, you can't edit it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't really care if they were Beachbody coaches from our team, but other Beachbody coaches, again, I don't mind sharing information, but I would rather have that conversation on the front end instead of some random Beachbody coach just trying to be in my group.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
It's a lot. Let it digest and simmer and watch the video again.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go. We're supposed to be at the pumpkin patch right now.
Bye.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
See everybody later. Bye.